Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to take you through another feature, and it's our computer program skill that is none other than table of content, how to create a table of content. Most of us who have read textbooks, who have read novels, most of the academic books have table of content, because this table of content helps us in many ways. It simplifies work once you open a book in many ways, as we shall see. So before we go to how to create a table of content, I want to take you through a few things about table of content that I piled up here. So table of content, we're going to see its different features and importances. Go to slide 1. So first slide tells us about the rules while creating a table of content. So rule number 1, table of contents comes between your abstract and your introduction. So when you open the textbook or the novel, you always open the first page, and then you always see, maybe assuming it's a novel, maybe it's Jane Eyre by this and this, the writer. Then when you open again, you're going to see the table of content, and here says table of content always comes between your abstract and introduction. So the abstract is always the one before, then when you open you find a table of content, then after the table of content you always see introduction up, where the writer tells you about himself, how he came up with the book, all that stuff and about the book in the introduction. So make sure the table of content, in case you're creating one or you're planning to write a book or any academic writing, table of content comes between your abstract and your introduction. Then also number 2, it should be written in the same font size as the rest of your text. Don't make the table of content to be in big letters, that's the font size, and then you make the rest of the text in small letters. It should all be in the same font size. Usually table of content is written in the Times New Roman. Let me show you how to get font. Come to home, and then unfortunately this is PowerPoint. Let me show you in a Word. So this is where we find the font. It's here. They say they always write it in Times, you type it, New Roman, enter, yes, you can see there, and then they always put it in font size 12. So this is the way, in case you're using a PC, that's a computer, how you're going to get the Times New Roman. Come here and type it, then come here and change the font to 12. So I'll close that for now. So that is about rule number 2. Rule number 3, level 2 headings are indented. You know, indenting, it is when you find an indented sentence, it's always a little bit away from the margin where the rest are starting, something of this sort. If the rest are starting from here, like from the margin, this one is indented to start from around in front, a little bit in front from where the rest are starting, and that's what we call indenting. So level 2 headings are indented. And then rule number 3, including lower level headings in the table of content. So level 2 headings are indented. Let's remove this full stop. Also including the lower level headings in the table of content is optional. So the lower level headings in the table of contents is optional. This is okay, we shall see it when I open the table of content that I created, and you'll be able to see all these features. I will explain them as you see them. Then adding an additional indent for each level, we shall see that. And then in the table of contents, you should include all level 1 and level 2 headings. They should be left aligned and formatted as plain text. At the top of the page, write contents centered in bold in APA style. Okay, let's first see this. At the top of the page, write the contents centered in bold. So most of the books, it's always table of contents in the center, but well, we can also just write contents, because what you're going to write below it is a table of this content. So make sure it is center aligned and then bold, because it is the main thing. Then you can also, or in APS style, this is a style of writing academic documents such as the books, the textbooks. So in APS style, you can use up 5 letters. You can use up to 5 levels of heading, each with its own formatting style. Then we go to the last slide where there is importance of the table of content. Importance number 1 is that it enables quick search for a particular item by giving the direction of where it is found. So when you go to a table of content, you're going to know what you're looking for and on which page it is. Try textbooks, especially academic textbooks. For those reading research students, you always find the direction of what you're looking for on a particular page. Then it enables one to know what the book is all about. When you read through the table of content, you'll be able to know what is in the book by reading those particular headings. And then also gives a layout of how a particular book is organized. Still, the table of content, when you see it, you'll be able to know that this particular page has this, followed by this, followed by this. So you'll be able to see the arrangement of topics in that particular book. And then it also gives one the content of the book. Just within the table of content, you're able to know what is this book about. So we are done with going through the rules and importances. I would love to show you what a table of content is and how to create it. Here we go. Table of content. I have an example here. This is a table of content that I generated from somewhere. So you're going to see what I've been talking about here. Number 1, enables quick search for a particular item by giving the direction of where it is found. So let's open our table of content and see that. So introduction, it tells you the introductions on page 6. The literature review is on page 8. Methodology, everything has where it is located. So it enables quick search for the item you're looking for, because it tells you where everything is located. It was importance number 1. Importance number 2, it enables one to know what the book is all about. So when you check this table of content, this is introduction. When you see lab results, test results, measurements, histograms, discussion, market analysis, you can see procedures, you can see methodology, you can see literally when you see procedures, results, lab tests, what do you think this book is about? It's about a practical that is carried out in the lab, because it has procedures, it has lab tests, it has analysis. So even if it's not about a practical that is carried out in the lab, at least you have an idea of what it's about. And then we go to importance number 3. Gives layout of how a particular book is organized. Just like you can see, it tells you that this book starts with introduction, then literature review, then it gives you the procedures, gives you the results, it gives you the discussion, market analysis, and everything that is in the book. This is the order. So then it gives one the content of the book. Just looking at this, you know what the book contains. So don't expect to find a book of mathematics with its table of content and you want to find their biology, things concerning biology, things concerning stories in a mathematics textbook. Once you see the book, the table of content in the book, you're going to know what the book is about. So that your mind is centered about that and you don't expect any other thing different from what is there. So literally that's what a table of content is all about. This is easy to do. You can just open your Word document. I'll sample that. You can open your document. We had opened one earlier, and then you can start from here typing the table of content. I'll give an example. Ctrl E. One of the rules was that the word content must be center aligned. It must be bold. Let's increase the size a little. And then it is in all the contents in the table of content are always written in Times New Roman, font size 12, so that earlier. So when you start, assuming our books, of course, they always start with introduction. And our introduction is maybe on I'll take it to page 2. Enter. After introduction, what we have, if it's a novel, we start with chapter 1. Which starts from page 6. This means our introduction begins from page 2 up to page 5, then chapter 1 starts from here. So we looked at indenting some of the subtitles, also level 1 and level 2 headings. So we're gonna leave some space here, and then in chapter 1 maybe we have Mary goes to school. Mary goes to school. Here it starts from page 7. That means the chapter 1 title is on page 6, and the first story in chapter 1 starts from page 7. So this way you're going to continue for the rest until all the content in your book is being represented in a table of contents. So that's all about the table of content. In case of any question, anything like need clarification, let me find that in my commentary section. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share my link, don't forget to like, but most importantly watch before you subscribe. So that's all for today, and that's about the table of content. Let's meet in the next video.